Hello there, wonderful people of Earth, and welcome back to the channel Literacy with DJ. It's DJ here, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a book review on the book These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. Before we get into this video, please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. This is an engaging historical thriller written by acclaimed author Jennifer Donnelly, which I enjoyed even more than her previous novels. Set in 1890s New York, it's obviously very well researched and is brilliantly evocative of the time period. This book tells the story of 17-year-old Josephine Montfort, rich, beautiful, and waiting to be married off to a wealthy man. She has dreams of being a reporter, a career deemed extremely unsuitable for a young lady of her class, but apart from that, her life was easy and comfortable. That is, until her father is found dead. The police, they say it was an accident, and her uncle suspects suicide. But could it be that her father was murdered? Jo is determined to discover the truth at all costs. The historical detail in this book is incredibly vivid. Being able to picture myself in 1890s New York, a time in history I barely knew anything about, is one of the most amazing things about reading this book. From the grimy streets of the Mulberry Bend to the austere Darkbriar Asylum for the insane, to the brightly lit young patrons ball at the museum, Donnelly depicts a range of historical senses in beautiful prose. Though not actually real people, the characters are also very realistic and at home in the setting. Unlike in many young adult novels, the romance in These Shallow Graves is convincing and well written. Readers will be rooting for Jo and Eddie Gallagher, a young reporter who helps her investigate her father's death, from the moment they begin to fall in love. Whilst a bit of a whirlwind romance, it was explained by Jo's naivety and didn't succumb to many popular cliches and tropes. Both Eddie and Jo were well-drawn characters with plenty of flaws, and I felt like they complement each other's strengths. However, midway through the book, Donnelly reuses a plot point from her previous novel, Revolution, which could be frustrating for some returning readers. Like in Revolution, Jo sees Eddie with a pretty young girl and immediately assumes that she must be his girlfriend. But it turns out to be his sister. However, by the time Jo finds out, they're already angry with each other and torn apart by misunderstanding. This is a very common cliche. I thought that this was adding unnecessary drama to an already interesting plotline and very predictable for anyone who had read Revolution. I also feel that it was unlike Jo to make such a quick assumption about Eddie, considering how perceptive she was in making deductions related to her father's death. What I loved about the way this novel discusses gender equality and shows how women of all social classes are slaves to rules and traditions and have little opportunity to express themselves. This becomes a little bit exaggerated in the scenes where Jo's fiance's grandmother is discussing girls in marriage. However, it does ultimately show how constrained Jo is by her family's expectations. Another interesting element is the relationship between Jo and Faye, a pickpocket who is abused by her cruel master. Both are being forced into unhappy situations, Jo into an unwanted marriage and Faye into prostitution, and yet their friendship transcends this. The affection they feel for each other is much more than just sympathy for each other's suffering. The mystery in this novel will keep readers guessing almost until the end of the book. Whilst I had my suspicions, there were plenty of twists I didn't see coming. There is so much character growth in Jo over the course of the whole novel, and seeing her transition from a naive girl who can't believe anything wrong with her family to a daring, determined reporter is fascinating. Nearly all the loose ends of this many-stranded story are nicely tied up at the end of the book, and the conclusion is both convincing and satisfying. I would recommend this book for readers aged 13 and up, especially those who have enjoyed Donnelly's previous books. Donnelly, rather. It's an original, gripping mystery with a heroine you're unlikely to forget. Thanks for watching this quick video all about These Shallow Graves, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and this is DJ signing out.